By my hand! I tried to seek peace, and the Sekemas
I can't hit.
You're nothing but a low.
Fatal ambition. No.
destruction!
I'm not ready.
Curious, I am on solo self-found, so I'm not doing any of the trade stuff. I don't have anything crazy. This is just stuff that's dropped. So you can look at my character sheet. Currently 2k life, 52% armor, 44% block. Resistances are something to be desired, I suppose. We have 291 strength, and the weapon, primarily you're looking for a level of all melee skills. Res, armor, life regen on most of your armor. You can get 1+ melee skill. I'm actually curious if this goes up any further, but all I've seen is 1+. But yeah, so you can get the +1 on your gloves. So prioritize that with accuracy on your gloves. I do have one accuracy ring, just because I really don't want to be like missing. I did an evasive map and it was terrible. Generic, more life, strength, resist, and life regen. Movement speed and reduce freeze duration. That's not necessary, but it's nice. Chaos res. You can get all melee skills on an amulet. I don't know how rare it is. It seems very rare because I got this, I think it was either Act 1 or Act 2, and I haven't put it down since. But you can get +1 there. And then increased block shield would probably be beneficial for the times that we don't have our resonating shield going. Just cover like whatever you're deficient in with your charms. Our life flask, which is the only flask that matters, is constantly gaining charges. I rarely have to use my life flask, but if I did, I would want to make sure that it doesn't ever run out of charges. That is pretty much it for the gear. Oh yeah. One other benefit that doesn't benefit the shockwave totem build is if we get plus level to skills, flat added damage, and critical strike bonus, that is the ideal weapon. Whether it's two-handed or one-handed, that's kind of what we're aiming for with this one. The attack speed, I don't need at all. Flat added damage to attacks works on totems. The levels are obviously the #1 thing. And then our critical strike bonus makes it to where our Sunder will do tons of damage. It's a crit multiplier if you're from Po 1. Sunder Totem build. It is my third character. So this one's just a little bit unique because it's sort of like a shockwave totem build. However, we're not taking resolute technique. We are banking on Sunder's fully broken armor to guarantee a critical hit. We're gonna first off be a Warbringer, and then we're gonna take Anvil's Weight and Imploding Impacts. The primary method of breaking armor is actually gonna come from ourselves and provide a little bit of defense as well. A little bit of avoidance. Resonating Shield is gonna break the armor. I have this connected to Rage, Martial Tempo, and Demolisher. And then I'm going to progress a little bit further and figure out what works best with this particular setup. But this is how we're breaking armor and keeping our shield up, so we're getting a lot of defense. The other major points in this build are that we are going to try to grab both of the totem nodes that add totems. And I'm using 2 different totems. This one will eventually be socketed with Font of Rage. But currently I have Font of Blood, Devastate, and Overpower. The primary function of the Shockwave Totem is not necessarily to deal damage, although it will be dealing damage, but to cause stun buildup. And that works really well with Honorless, and a couple of other nodes on the tree. But that primarily will allow our Sunder to deal massive, massive hits. The bread and butter of this build is the Ancestral War Totem. Sunder Heavy Swing was, I think, I was playing around with it, and Heavy Swing seemed to do the most, because really we're just trying to get like the one shot out of the totem, so like attack speed doesn't really matter that much. So more melee physical damage, super critical, which is really, really, really beneficial. So if we look at this, it's going to be, so if it's normal, it's just going to be the 2 times multiplier, and now we have a 3 times multiplier just by adding a 1 jewel. The 5th and 6th one that I'm going to set up are going to be Heft for increased maximum physical damage, which should allow for even better crits, even bigger crits, and then Physical Mastery. So that's my plan for this one. I'm still trying to figure out some of the other portions of this build. Any other key points on this? We're taking Armor Break wherever we can. So I'm currently trying to reach this side. We're also probably going to be taking Brute Strength and Giant's Blood. I haven't found a 2-handed weapon with +7, but once I do, I'll be prioritizing this like crazy. We're going to go into the Armor Break nodes, and then there's also another Armor Break and Physical Damage node over here that I'm probably going to aim for. Aside from that, we'll probably take this and this. I wasn't too terribly concerned with making it over here. I think these are just going to be dump points. But that's pretty much the passive tree that I have so far. And kind of the gem setups. One other major part of this that I noticed increased damage by quite a bit is you socket Rage into your Resonating Shield. I'm using Shield Charge to like charge into those ranged enemies and then just immediately pull up the Resonating Shield. Start getting those. Usually I'll already have some Ancestral Totems behind me. And they'll be like charging up their swing for the Sunder, so I'll try to charge in, get some resonating on them, and usually it only takes like 1 or 2 to fully break their armor and then go into the negative. And while I'm doing that, I'm getting rage. Well, I had enough to where I could run Overwhelming Presence, Time of Need, and actually Berserk. Since I've been investing into mana regen, or I'm sorry, health regen, Berserk seemed to fit really well. And then the Rage, totems take like a snapshot of your character before they place the totem down. So if you had like this screen open while you were gaining rage, you would see this damage number increasing. So if I drop a totem at 30 rage, that totem now has that increased, or actually more attack power. And yeah, it's quite a decent damage boost for just socketing this and then using the remainder of my spirit on Berserk. I don't even notice the 0.1% life, probably due to the fact that, you know, I have 105, nothing terribly impressive, but then the font of blood comes up and I'm at basically double that. So yeah, and we don't need like a bunch of multiple totems. Like, I'd say the perfect setup for this is to have 2 of the ancestral war chiefs and then 1 of the shockwave. So I'm not like, I don't think I have any use case for overabundance in either one of these. But I thought I'd share that. I'm probably gonna set up like a quick build guide. And if you have any questions, leave them in comments. Thank you. Hello. I'm gonna post under this video a Maxroll build guide. So this will kind of highlight the direction that I want to go with it. And all of the gear. I placed in some notes, leveling progression. You go through most of the axes shockwave totem, and then as soon as you can switch over to ancestral warrior totem with Sunder. Then kind of progression of when you can expect to be able to slot these in. Strengths are bossing, sort of a crowd bully because of the shield charge and stun and all of that stuff. High defense, life regen totems. Some things that can really mess you up. Rear volley, that's when there's like a bunch of casters that are just throwing stuff on you. Sometimes flank will throw you off guard because all of your setups in front of you. And then the pre-setup vulnerability can be an issue. These are just some ideal items for the build, especially since I haven't seen Ricelotha. But Ricelotha would be good if we find it. I'm in solo cell phone, so it's harder for me. Some added damage to attacks on our rings would be very nice with the accuracy. 2+ melee skills, 3+ melee skills here with spirit would be good. And then like general armor, defenses and stuff like that. So I just kind of threw up what my ideal setup would be. Obviously you don't need all of this gear because I'm running with much less. Hoping to get better gear. But this is kind of the idea. So if I'm gonna put this link in the description. You can check it out without having to like pause and stop a video or anything to that effect. And then also my brain works in kind of scattered momentum, so some people can't really follow that. If this helps, I hope that hope that you'll let me know, and I'll continue to do this over if I do any more builds. Anyways, check it out. Let me know what you think. Thank you.